Betty Hutton Show, starring Betty Hutton. As Goldie. Brought to you by Post, the cereals that happen to be just a little bit better.
Most any cereal is fine with me, as long as you spell it P-O-S-T, 'cause all Post cereals happen to be just a little better, a little bit better, a little bit better than any other cereal happens to be.
Trunk? Of course, ma'am. Cecile, where's my dress? Oh, I'm coming. Oh, Hollister, would you give me a hand, please?
Of course, Miss, of course.
What's that?
I cleaned Mr. Nicky's white bucks by mistake. Now I've had to dirty them up again.
Hollister, where are my shoes?
Coming.
Oh!
Hollister, where's my shoes? You, where's my dress?
Mon Dieu, please, madam, allow me to help you. Okay.
Oh, madame, I love you.
Oh, no. We only have one more step to go. We can make it.
Laissez-moi le faire. Ne touchez pas, ne touchez pas.
Éles strong, ez folyton leesik az érzi még életem. Éles strong, ez folyton leesik az érzi még életemben. Oh, mon Dieu. Cecile.
Hollister.
Halt! Cut! You take care of the trunk. I'll take care of it. What is going on around here?
Something wrong, Goldie?
There's plenty wrong. When a grown boy can't dirty up his own shoes, there's plenty wrong.
But what's that got to do with me?
You and those clothes. Press this, fix that. What do you think Cecile is, a dry cleaner?
Goldie, they work for us.
They work for the whole household. They can't be in two places at the same time.
She's right, Pat. She's absolutely right. What we need is another servant.
Good, I could use a personal maid.
Oh, no, I have to have a valet. It's very
But,
important.
all right, we'll leave it up to Goldie. Goldie, what will it be, a personal maid or a valet?
Neither. You two are going to learn to do something for yourselves.
But, Goldie, why don't you look at it our way? If we did things for ourselves, we wouldn't need any servants. And if we didn't need any servants, they'd be out of a job.
So you see, Goldie, we're only thinking of their welfare, not our own. Cecile!
Hollister! Hurry up with my...
Look, Goldie, isn't this beautiful? Perfect for trout. They call it a gray hackle.
Mr. Seaton, you cannot go on your vacation now. Somebody's got to help me with my problem. I mean, what do I know from raising millionaires? Those kids are so spoiled, it's frightening.
Goldie, I have every confidence in your ability to cope with the situation during my absence. Now, look at this. This beauty is a royal coachman.
The evening paper, miss.
Thank you, Hollister. You know, the trouble is money. They just got too much money. There was just some way they could, get rid of it for just a little while at least. Then they have to stand on their own 2 feet.
I'm sorry, Goldie. I'm afraid they have $60 million and you're just stuck with it.
Thanks a lump.
Now, here's a beauty, Goldie. This is known as the absconder.
I am not interested in you or the abscounder.
You know, I think I'll have to have this re-looked at. It seems a little bit stiff. There seems to be a little backlash. It probably just needs oiling. But anyway, I think it'd be worthwhile my having it looked at before going on. Yes.
The abscounder, huh? Not bad.
What? What is that?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking how selfish I am. I mean, you've been looking forward to this vacation for a whole year now, and here I am trying to spoil the whole thing for you. Now, you go on your vacation, have a wonderful time. Don't give one more thought to me and my problems. Have a good time. Gonna be gone a month? Good. Stay having fun. Where are you going, by the way?
Brazil.
Brazil, beautiful, where the nuts grow. Have a good time. Have absconding. Scounder. Roy!
Now, who would have thought a nice man like Mr. Seaton could have turned out to be an absconder?
Roy Strickland, you've been listening to every word we said.
Sorry, Goldie, I couldn't help it.
Roy. Do you think I can make it work?
I don't know. It all depends. All our money.
Oh. Well, I know, because he's been doing it for years and years. Right from under your father's nose. And now from under mine.
Yeah. And now that all the money's gone, Pat and Nicky will have to go out and get jobs. That is, if they want to eat.
Oh, Roy, to really make it work, all 3 of you have to get jobs.
But Goldie!
All 3.
Okay. But how are we going to really make them believe we're broke?
Only a rich kid could even ask a question like that. You see, Roy, being broke is like having chicken pox. It breaks out all over. And when it begins to itch, cuckoo, you know exactly what's wrong. Hello? The credit department, please. Credit department, this is Miss Appleby. I want to cancel all of Miss Patricia Strickland's accounts. That's right. She's not to charge anything from now on. Why? We're broke. The whole $60 million. Bye.
Hi, Goldie.
Hi, Roy. Did you do what I told you?
Yep, Nicky's credit is finished at the gas station. Well, he's in such bad standing he couldn't even get his windshield wiped.
Wonderful. Well, it took us 3 days, but everything is set. Believe me, any moment they're going to zoom in here, and remember, play it cool.
But, Goldie, I still don't understand. How are you going to convince them it was Mr. Seaton who took the money?
Very simple. They're going to find out for themselves, just like I did.
Huh?
Yeah. I saved the newspaper. Believe me, when they hear their money's gone and they just happen to read this headline, kazoom, it's going to start happening. Here they come.
Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Goldie! Hi, Nicky! I'm out here reading the newspaper.
Goldie, I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
Oh, what's the matter?
What's going on here? I was at Brown Brothers buying some clothes in their Ivy League department, and in the middle of their fitting, they informed me my credit's no good.
Oh, Nicky, your credit, wait, there's something wrong. It couldn't happen.
Oh, they'll find out. They can't do this to a Strickland.
You're right. Goldie, I'm out here, Pat, reading the paper.
Goldie, I'm furious.
What's the matter? Something happened to you, too?
I just tried to cash a personal check at the bank, and they marked it insufficient funds.
Oh, well, maybe it was too large, dear. How much was it for?
$1.35. I needed it for cab fare.
That's incredible.
I don't get it. First there's no credit, and now there's no cash.
Well, there must be some simple solution to it. If there were only someone we could call. If there were only someone we could call.
Huh? Oh, we could call Mr. Seaton. He's in charge of our money. He ought to know.
Say, that's a good idea. After all, Mr. Seton ought to know he is in charge of all your money. That's a wonderful, wonderful idea. Hello? I want to speak to Mr. Seton. What? But that's impossible. Oh.
What's the matter?
I don't understand it. His secretary said he left for Brazil. Oh, but he wouldn't do that. I mean, not a man in complete charge of all of our money, not without telling us. I bet he was busy or something. She just said that. I mean, he wouldn't go to Brazil. I mean, not a man in complete charge of all of our money. Tell you what I'll do. Don't worry. I'll go down and see him myself. Now, you kids come over here, sit down, relax, not to worry about a thing. Here, read the paper. Brazil. Isn't that ridiculous?
Well, like she said, let's read the paper.
Wait a minute. Pat, look at this.
Bank teller absconds with $8 million. What does that have to do with us?
Don't you see? Seton. He's got control of our money, and he's gone to Brazil without telling us.
You really think Mr. Seton absconded with our money?
Of course he did. It's the only thing that could have happened. When your lawyer and your money disappears at the same time, it has all the earmarks of embezzlement.
You're right, Nicky. And Goldie actually thinks Mr. Seton didn't go to Brazil. Come on, let's tell her what we found out.
All right, we'll still be able to catch her. How can Goldie be so naive?
Yes? Anything wrong?
Goldie, about Seton. How much longer is she going to be on the phone with those auditors?
The time is 4:25 and 50 seconds.
Oh.
The time is
Oh, it's terrible.
26.
Well,
Exactly.
all right. Goodbye.
Well?
I hate to say it, but I've called the bank, the accountants, the auditors. We're broke. The whole $60 million.
The whole $60 million?
We're not just broke, we're stony.
I never did trust that Mr. Seton. He's too sneaky.
Yeah, but $60 million. You got to do more than sneak if you're going to steal that much.
That's right. You got to grab. You got to scoop. Well, he's been grabbing for years, and last week he scooped.
Yeah, then he skipped. Now he's in Brazil.
What are we gonna do?
What are we going to do? We're going to call the police. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, no, Nicky. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why not?
Why not?
That's right. Why not?
That's what you want to know. Why not? Well, I'm going to tell you why not.
Well, because if you inform the police, it'll get in the papers. Mr. Seton will know we're wise and will hide out someplace so we'll never find him. Private detective would be much better.
Besides, think of our social position.
She's right, Nicky. It could ruin us socially.
Yeah, but what are we going to do until the detective catches Mr. Seton? How are we going to live? We don't have any money.
It's very simple. We're going to get jobs.
Jobs?
That's right. The next thing we do is cut down on luxuries. The first luxury to go is Cecile and Hollister.
Hollister?
Cecile? But Goldie, a butler and a maid aren't luxuries. They're necessities.
Oh, brother, have you kids got a lot to learn.
Are you sure you tightened them connections?
I don't think that's where your trouble is, Mr. Sweeney.
Oh, you don't, huh?
Well, no, the oil isn't leaking out. It's being pressured out. The breather's clean, so I'd say your trouble's probably in the oil pump.
Oh, mother, ain't you the one now? Look, let's get things squared off between us, huh? Remember when you used to come in here and you'd say, Sweeney, fix the car up. I'm in a hurry. Well, let's get this straight, you hammer-headed little smart aleck. You ain't no customer in here anymore. You're a grease monkey. And that car ain't no custom sports job. It's a hunk of iron. Now, if you want to draw a paycheck, you get back under there and tighten them connections.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
just saw Pat Strickland. Over there. And behind the counter. Miss. Why, Pat Strickland, it is you.
Well, darling, whatever are you doing back there?
Well, I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Well, it can't be a secret very long. Pat Strickland working behind the counter as a salesperson.
Do you promise you won't tell anyone why I'm here if I tell you?
Of course. Darling, we'll cross our fat little hearts.
This store has just received the most fabulous shipment of fashions that you've ever seen. And, well, I managed to wriggle into this job so I'd have first crack at them. Some of them aren't even going to be shown for weeks.
Oh, darling, you will let us in on them too, won't you?
Well, you can't possibly wear them all yourself.
Well, I might show you one or two of them before they're offered to the public.
No, sir. You show us everything. If you don't, we'll tell the management you're not really a salesgirl at all.
Well, like they say, the customer is always right. Come on, pirate.
Care to buy an evening paper, ma'am? Care to buy an evening paper, sir?
What do you think you're doing, pushing papers?
I don't only think it. I am. That is, at least once in a while.
Well, you ain't no more. This here's my corner.
This corner belongs to the taxpayers of the city of New York, and I am simply standing on it, which I have every right to until I dispose of my papers.
You talk like John Cameron Swayze. Are you going to get off this corner, or do you want to get clobbered?
My dear man, one who makes threats like that is a frightened man. Please don't be. There is nothing for you to be frightened of except frighted...
If you can write your name, you may win a new Plymouth Fury in Post Cereal's Plymouth Sweepstakes. Thanks to Post Raisin Bran, the raisin bran with more raisins than ever before. Look on the back of this Post Raisin Bran package, and you'll find out how anyone in your family may win this wonderful 1960 Plymouth Fury. 2 Furies will be given away every week for 10 weeks. And that's not all. There are also 50 Fury Juniors for the kids, real cars that go a safe 5 miles an hour, and 5,000 Plymouth scale models. It's easy to win a prize. Just send in the ballot on the back of this Post Raisin Bran package or any piece of paper with your name and address to Post Office Box 600, New Brighton, Minnesota. 10 separate drawings. If you don't win one week, you're eligible for the next or the next. So get some delicious Post Raisin Bran, the fruit and cereal treat with more raisins than ever before, and enter the Post Plymouth Sweepstakes right away.
My feet are killing me.
At least they let you stand up on them. I've been on my back looking at the bottom of crankcases for so long, all I can do between jobs is blink at the light.
Well, what are you complaining about? I can't even blink with this eye, and I don't dare blink with the other one.
Why not?
Because I need this one for a lookout. I've been chased off every street corner of this side of 103rd Street.
Well, kids, this is our first payday. Roy, Nick and Pat have fed the kitty. What about you?
Well, it isn't much, but it's all blood money.
Every little bit helps. Hey, the treasure looks pretty good. But remember, it's just the beginning.
You know what you do when you're not rich?
Yeah, housework.
Work all week looking forward to the weekend, and when it finally comes, there isn't any.
If they ever catch Seaton and he gets 20 years hard labor, the only thing I'll sympathize with is the hard labor.
Say, Roy, that eye isn't healing right. We better send you to a doctor.
No, it'll be all right. I'm a slow healer. Taking that basket on the service elevator to the 4th floor. They got a butler there that lets me use his wash machine. You know how much they charge at the laundromats?
No, how much?
50 cents, the burglars.
I'd better empty that vacuum bag. It's full.
I'll get it.
Oh, is anything wrong?
Well, of course not. Why should there be anything wrong? Come in. Come right in. We didn't expect you back so soon.
Matter of fact, I didn't want to come back at all.
Oh.
Yes, but the local emergency spoiled the whole thing. Where's Goldie?
Goldie's out.
Oh, but I know where she is. I'll get her.
Well, there's no need for that. I'll drop by later.
Oh, no, I know Goldie wants to see you. We've all been wanting to see you. You don't know how much. Just sit down and I'll be right back. Vicky, guess who I've got out there?
Who?
Mr. Seaton.
Mr. Seaton? But why did he...
I don't know why, but we can't let him escape now. Quick, you go get the police and I'll keep Mr. Seaton here until you get back. Now, hurry.
Well, make sure you stall him.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll handle Mr. Seaton.
Where's Goldie?
I couldn't find her, but I know she'll be back in just a little while.
Oh, that's all right. I'll go on to the office and come back later.
Oh, please don't, Mr. Seaton. This is the first time in my whole life I've ever been alone with you. I mean, really alone.
That's Strickland. You're out of your mind. I'm leaving.
If you do, I'll say you tried to kiss me.
What?
I'll say you grabbed me in your arms.
Not while I'm here, you won't.
Mr. Seaton! Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Seaton. Dear Mr. Seaton.
Stop that. Stop it.
Mr. Seaton. Mr. Seaton. Mr. Seaton. You must forgive me, Mr. Seaton. I'm afraid I've been a naughty girl.
You have been?
But that's because you're such a naughty, naughty man.
I naughty?
You know I've always...
That's the man. All right, buddy, let's go. I'll swear out the warrant, charging embezzlement.
Also, conduct unbecoming an elderly man. Hi. Nice weather we're having.
Miss Appleby?
Oh, yes, sir.
To what do I owe this honor?
To the, absconder.
To what?
The absconder. You know, that thing that you used to catch fish with.
What on earth does the absconder have to do with my being here in jail?
Well, you see, sir, that's where I got the idea. I told the kids that you absconded with all their money.
What?
Well, it was the only way I could make them believe they were really broke and go out and get jobs like other normal people.
So the whole thing was a trick?
Oh, no, sir. It really worked. They all went out and got a job, each and every one of them. Of course, I don't know what they're going to think when they find out what I've done, but...
Miss Appleby, and believe me, I speak that name with much greater respect than you think. Have you made any arrangements to have me delivered from this dungeon?
Oh, no, sir. What do I do? Anything.
Go to the desk, Sergeant, explain what happened, withdraw the charge, and tell them to come here with a key and restore my liberties to me.
That's a wonderful idea. Thank you. Cuckoo. I'll be right back.
And this time tell them the truth. And set this prisoner free.
It's time to wake up.
Wake up to Tang.
Tang, the happy new breakfast drink you don't squeeze, unfreeze, or refrigerate. Yet it gives your family more of the vitamin C everyone needs every day. In fact, Tang gives you more vitamin C than the finest orange juice, fresh or frozen. More vitamin A, too. And Tang is so much easier to fix. Watch. Ice cold water in a juice glass, plus 1 rounded tablespoon of Tang. Stir, and instantly you have delicious Tang. Everyone loves its sunny, wide-awake flavor. Tang tastes fresh because you make it fresh each morning. You get more flavor, plus more vitamin C and A than even the freshest orange juice. Look for the jar with the orange-colored cap at your grocer's now. And every morning, wake up to Tang.
T-A-N-G.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Appleby.
Telephone for you, Miss Patricia.
Thank you.
Welcome back from the Depression, Hollister.
Thank you, sir.
Hello? You want me back? But well, sure. Of course, I feel that with my sales record, I should get a raise. Well, at least $5 a week. All right, I'll be there. Goodbye.
Pat, you mean you're going back to work?
So many of the customers have been asking for me. I guess the store just couldn't get along without me. Goodbye, Goldie.
Bye.
Goldie, I forgot to tell you, I've got to be going too.
Where are you going?
To the garage.
Is something wrong with your car?
Oh, no, there's nothing wrong with my car, but Sweeney called me about an hour ago. Do you remember I told you how last week he said to me, Mither, tighten them connections. It's not the oil pump, you grease monkey, it's the connections. So get down and tighten them connections. So I tightened them connections. Well, the car's back in. See ya.
Well, so long, Goldie.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't so long me. Sit right down and have your breakfast.
Well, I already had mine in the kitchen.
Well, where are you going this time of day?
Well, I told the kid who gave me the black eye I'd watch his corner for him while he goes on a cruise.
A newspaper boy on a cruise?
Well, it's not exactly a cruise. It's more of a 5-day excursion trip. He won for being the best newsboy in New York City.
Boy, he must have sold a lot of newspapers.
Well, he didn't win the prize. I did.
You?
Sure.
Well, that isn't fair.
Why not?
Well, because if you sold most of the papers, then you're the best newsboy in New York.
Oh, no, I just had the blackest eye in New York City. You know, Goldie, it's amazing what a black eye can do for you in the newspaper business.
Wow!
Boy, that really looks good.
I know. Pheasant under glass.
Madam, I think I came up with something just a little bit better.
But Hollister, that's post-raisin bread.
Precisely. And what finer delicacy could one want after a week of austerity? Crispy flakes of bran intermingled ever so deliciously with sweet, plump, juicy raisins. And there are hundreds of raisins, madam. It's a perfect flake and fruit combination for everybody.
I eat it every morning for breakfast, but not for supper.
Well, perhaps we prepare it a little differently uptown.
What are you doing? No matter how you eat post-raisin bran in your house, uptown or downtown, with milk or charcoal broiled, believe me, it's just a little bit hot. I mean, better.
The Betty Hutton Show has been brought to you by Post, the cereals that happen to be just a little bit better.
A little bit better than any other cereal happens to be.
Be sure to see the Ann Southern Show Monday nights over most of these same stations.